June 10, 1944. Rechlin Test Center, nestled in the pine-forested plains of northern Germany. The midday sun glints off the sleek fuselage of an unfamiliar aircraft, its yellow paint stark against the overcast sky, black iron crosses hastily applied to mask its origins. The air hums with anticipation, laced with the sharp tang of aviation fuel and the distant rumble of thunder. As the engine ignites, a distinctive high-pitched whine rises, a sound unlike the guttural roar of German power plants, smooth and insistent, echoing across the tarmac like a harbinger from across the Atlantic. This moment, captured in the annals of Luftwaffe records, marked a pivotal encounter in the aerial war over Europe. By mid-1944, the Allied bombing campaign had intensified, with American B-17 Flying Fortresses and B-24 Liberators penetrating deep into the Reich, escorted by long-range fighters that defied earlier intelligence assessments. The capture of this P-51B Mustang, serial number 4324825, from the 354th Fighter Group after a forced landing in occupied France on June 6, offered the Germans a rare opportunity to dissect the machine that was unraveling their air superiority. Hans-Werner Lerche, an elite test pilot with over 120 types under his belt, including captured Spitfires and Thunderbolts, was tasked with unraveling its secrets. Repaired in mere days with a patched coolant leak and fueled by seized American high-octane stocks, the Mustang, dubbed T9 plus HK, took to the skies, its Merlin engine's whine slicing through the tension like a blade. German aces, hardened by years of combat from the Blitz to the Eastern Front, had long viewed American fighters with a mix of disdain and underestimation. They anticipated cumbersome machines, burdened by range-extending drop tanks, lacking the agility of the Messerschmitt Bf-109 or the raw power of the Focke-Wulf FW-190. In their minds, the Yankees' industrial might produced quantity over quality, planes that could cross oceans but faltered in the intimate dance of dogfights, where tight turns and split-second maneuvers decided life and death. Erich Hartmann, the Black Devil of the Luftwaffe with his staggering 352 victories, and Adolf Galland, the chain-smoking general of fighters, embodied this confidence, rooted in early war triumphs where German pilots outmaneuvered slower foes. Yet, as Lerche pushed the Mustang through its paces, reality shattered these illusions. The aircraft snapped into rolls with effortless speed, outpacing even the FW-190's vaunted ailerons. And in climbing turns at 4 Gs, it matched the Bf-109's radius, clinging to the curve without protest. Factual records from Lerche's classified report, declassified post-war, paint a stark picture. The Mustang clocked 416 miles per hour at 23,000 feet, surpassing German estimates by 6 miles per hour, and in dives exceeded 450 miles per hour without structural strain. Its laminar flow wing, thinner and more efficient than those on the 109 or 190, reduced drag and enhanced high-speed handling. Stall characteristics were docile, a gentle mush with ample warning buffet, unlike the 109's vicious snap spin or the 190's abrupt wing drop. In simulated combats against a Bf-109 G10 and FW-190 D9, the Mustang accelerated faster in level flight, climbed comparably, and dived with superior stability. Lerche noted in his 1980 memoir, Luftwaffe Test Pilot, "It is a truly unique aircraft, praising its blend of speed, range exceeding 1,500 miles with tanks, and maneuverability that few could rival." Interrogated pilots in Air Intelligence Weekly Summary of March 23, 1945, echoed this. One confessed the P-51's agility made turning fights perilous without a head start, its 6.50 caliber machine guns delivering a hail of fire with deadly precision. Beyond Rechlin, the skies over Germany bore witness to this rude awakening. During Operation Argument in February 1944, dubbed Big Week, P-51s first appeared in force, escorting bombers to Berlin and beyond. Luftwaffe losses mounted, over 250 fighters destroyed in a week, with American claims reaching 157 on February 20 alone. German aces like Heinz Wolfgang Schnauffer and Walter Nowotny, expecting to pounce on stragglers, found themselves outturned and outgunned. In one documented engagement over Ossersleben on January 11, 1944, P-51s from the 354th turned the tide, claiming 15 kills for 3 losses. The Merlin's whine became a recurring omen, that smooth, unrelenting sound symbolizing not just mechanical prowess, but the boundless abundance of American production. Factories churning out over 15,000 Mustangs by war's end, fueled by a democracy where innovation flowed from free minds and vast resources. What the German pilots experienced was a profound dissonance. They had envisioned dogfights as duels of Teutonic precision, where their experience and ideology of racial superiority would prevail. Instead, the Mustang's sharp turns, radii as tight as 1,000 feet in sustained maneuvers, forced evasive actions that drained energy and exposed vulnerabilities. Lerche's tests revealed the engine's sensitivity to rough handling, yet its overall forgiveness in flight spoke to engineering born of abundance, not scarcity. This sound, the Merlin's whine, echoed in their cockpits during pursuits, a reminder of endless Allied waves replacing losses overnight, while German squadrons dwindled from 2,200 fighters in 1943 to under 300 operational by 1945. This encounter transformed perceptions within the Luftwaffe. No longer could they dismiss the Americans as novices and inferior crates. The Mustang's performance compelled a re-ideological shift from arrogant dominance to grim resignation. Hermann Göring, upon sighting Mustangs over Berlin, reportedly declared, "When I saw Mustangs over Berlin, I knew the jig was up." Training manuals were hastily revised, warning pilots to avoid prolonged turns and exploit only fleeting advantages in climb or armament. Yet this came too late. By D-Day, P-51 groups like the 4th and 357th racked up ace after ace, with pilots like Don Gentile and John Godfrey embodying the turnaround. The experience eroded the myth of invincibility, planting seeds of doubt in a regime built on unyielding certainty. In broader theaters, this pattern repeated. Over the Pacific, though the title focuses on Europe, similar shocks rippled through Japanese ranks facing Mustangs. But in the Reich's heart, it struck deepest. The Merlin's whine, recurring in after-action reports, symbolized democratic abundance, a sound born of assembly lines in Detroit and California, where workers from all walks fueled a war machine of equality and plenty, contrasting the Reich's strained forges. In reflection, this aerial revelation whispers a larger truth. Freedom's essence lies not in rigid doctrine, but in adoptable abundance, where sharp turns in fate arise from open skies of innovation. The Mustang's whine fades into history, yet it endures as a poetic echo, reminding that ideologies bound by scarcity yield to those enriched by democratic plenty, turning the tide toward enduring liberty.